Did I just spend $400 to find the perfect white t-shirt for you? I did. What's up guys, my name is Marcel, welcome to my YouTube channel, One Dapper Street. Today is going to be all about the white t-shirt. A lot of you guys have shown interest in white t-shirts and I went out and found 12 of the best white t-shirts that I could find. Not all of them look the same. There's differences, there's small differences, but there is differences and we're going to take a look at those. We're going to talk about price, we're going to talk about fabric, we're going to talk about fit, some of the slight color differences in the whites, and lastly about the styling of the shirts. Everything except for this one right here is available online. All the links are down below for you guys to shop, so I hope I can help you guys find the perfect white t-shirt for your style today. The t-shirt that I want to start with is the one I'm wearing right now, and it's from a brand that I believe is a fan favorite when it comes to white, simple t-shirts, and that's Uniqlo. This is their dry package t-shirt for $5.90. I honestly love this. It's a really great fit, nice and slim, and even throughout the sleeves, they just hug the arms nicely. There's no excess fabric, they're not standing off. It's honestly an incredibly versatile t-shirt that we're starting with. You're gonna see the other ones are a little bit more specific when it comes to the styling. This doesn't have any particular styling. There's no pocket, no special seams, no nothing. Straightforward. It's a tiny bit see-through. It's a 2-to-1 cotton to polyester mix. While poly is not considered one of the most high-end fabrics, this is where you get your low price point and it really still feels comfortable. I actually preferred this over the regular Supima cotton t-shirt at Uniqlo that I think a lot of you guys love. I think this is more affordable for one and it fits better and feels better in my opinion. Let's put it to a quick test and see how easily it wrinkles if I do something like this. Right now we have some wrinkles, but if you kind of just shake it out, it works really well, which is something I am looking for in a white t-shirt because I want to be able to like sit down and like not have to worry that it's gonna be super wrinkled because the fabric is a little bit too stiff. But this I think is already, in terms of versatility, really far ahead just because of the styling, the quality, the feel, and the cost. So a great start with the first one. But let's check out number 2. This t-shirt that I'm wearing right here, it's from H&M, cost me $9.99, and it's from their Divided collection. The Divided collection is the one that's a little bit on the lower end of the H&M quality, but I personally really like this. We're gonna start talking about the styling with this one because it is a little bit more special than the first one. We have a pocket on the left chest and then the sleeves are actually rolled up and stitched up, which is a look I really like. I don't have to worry about rolling them up. I don't have to worry about making it look clean or making sure that they stay up. So that for me is a big thing. The fabric itself has a little bit of a pattern to it. So you see like a little bit of a stripe, like a marling. I like that. It is definitely a more particular look. So this shirt is a little bit less versatile, I think, than the first one from Uniqlo that we looked at. But if your style is a little bit more casual and you're planning on wearing this with a bomber jacket or a leather jacket, then I think this might be a great way to go. It feels really nice. It's a little bit more breathable than the first one and nice and stretchy. The fit, just like the first one, is awesome. It's a little bit longer than the first t-shirt we looked at, also playing back into that casual vibe. But overall, for me, this is another great option. But you see that there's just different t-shirts that might work for you better, and that's the point of today's video, so I'm excited to show you the rest of them. T-shirt number 3, and back to Uniqlo. I was throwing a little bit of shade on that Supima cotton t-shirt, the regular Supima cotton t-shirt that is, but this is a Supima cotton t-shirt from their Uniqlo U collection. That collection plays a little bit more with silhouettes and is a little bit more fashion forward rather than your basics. So this fabric has a little bit of a stiffer feel to it, which makes for a nice and clean look, but it's a little bit rougher against the skin. I personally don't mind it for having that added, I don't know, ruggedness of the t-shirt. The cost is $14.90, which I think is reasonable for a high quality t-shirt. Supima cotton is amongst the best cotton you can get. And the fit, like I said, is a little bit more boxy, a little bit less slim. You see that the sleeves are a little bit more roomy than the first Uniqlo or the second H&M shirt that we had looked at, which is fine. Because this fabric is stiff, I won't have any trouble rolling up the sleeves and actually not having to worry that they stay up there because it's a little bit stiff and it keeps up nicely. I actually have this t-shirt in my closet and I love it. I wear it a whole lot and I think from a versatility standpoint, it works just as well as the first one. There's a little bit more fabric and it feels a little bit more rougher, which is great for those days where it's maybe just a little bit colder outside, so you actually get a little bit more warmth from this. The color feels a tiny bit more natural, so not like a bright white, but a little bit more relaxed, which actually makes it a little bit more versatile, in my opinion, easier to combine with other pieces. The fourth t-shirt, we're back at H&M at a price point of $14.99. This t-shirt has a lot more surfer's interest. It's a little bit like a sweater. I believe this is called a PK knit. I don't know, don't quote me on that. I did go to fashion school, but it's been a while. I like this. It's definitely more of a choice. It's not as easy a white t-shirt to just wear with everything. This, to me, feels a little bit more elegant just because of the structure of it. Overall, the fit is a little bit more roomy. For me personally, for this fabric, I wish it was a little bit more slim, more like a polo shirt, but without the collar. The sleeves feel nice against the skin. It feels okay. It's a little bit rough. I would prefer to go, if I'm going for a rougher t-shirt, I prefer to go for the Uniqlo U, honestly. But I wanted to show you guys this so you also know that if you are into things that are a little bit more special and a little bit more elaborate, you can also get a white t-shirt that is more interesting than just a white t-shirt, and that's why I wanted to include this guy today from H&M's collection. Wait, I keep forgetting about the wrinkle thing, so let me wrinkle this up really quick. Ooh, that's looking deep, deep wrinkled. It's a fairly structured shirt, so that will happen. So this is not ideal. Like, it might wear out a little bit, but even then you see that the fabric's a little stretched out. And let's do the same thing to the Uniqlo shirt from before. Not too bad. You see a little bit of it, but it's better, it's faring better, I think, than this white t-shirt right here. Moving away from H&M and Uniqlo, we're at Urban Outfitters now, where you have this t-shirt for $29. This is where we're having a big difference in the styling of the t-shirt. It's a long line t-shirt with an asymmetrical hemline, which means that it's longer in the front than it is on the sides. That is a very particular look. If you're into that, that's awesome. I think underneath a hoodie, I always like this look because it peeks out and makes it a lot more interesting. That's why I like long line t-shirts in general. The feel of it is nice. The quality doesn't feel super high. I feel like the seams on the shoulder rubbing just a little bit. And for me, the one thing with these t-shirts has always been that the sleeves, I don't love the way they look. They're just a little short and the fit doesn't particularly work for me. I usually have to end up rolling them up a tiny bit and then it works better. But this for me, I like these t-shirts for particular looks, but it's not super versatile in my opinion. Even the neck is a little bit more of a scoop neck, so you're showing a little bit more. You guys know Urban Outfitters and you know the vibe they're going for. So this is their in-house line, which is obviously reflective of what the brand's aesthetic is. So this is just a little bit more casual and a little bit more street. Wrinkle test. Yeah, not that great, I think. Again, it feels like the fabric stretched out a little bit. You barely see the fabric, but like from my point of view, you see a little bit of like the stretched out fabric, which makes sense because there's a lot of stretch in here. And like I said, the quality doesn't feel that crazy high, so that makes sense to me. Next up, we're back at H&M, but this time we're looking at H&M Edition, one of their higher end collections. And this is an entirely linen made shirt, which I really like. What that means is gonna be a little bit more see-through because it's linen. It has a little bit of a rough feel against the skin, but like the good kind of rough feel that you'd expect from linen. That might sound a little weird, but you know there's differences in linen and sometimes it feels comfortable, just like you feel it a little, and sometimes it's just scratching your skin. This does not. It feels nice. The fit is somewhat relaxed, but this is a relaxed t-shirt. I think for the summer, this is amazing. Something for the beach and more beachy look, something more relaxed. For your everyday usage, obviously it might not be ideal since it's not cotton, and cotton is one of the best fabrics for like everyday wear. The color of it is also just a little bit more natural because you'll often find that with linen fabrics, you don't get that clean white, which I think is beneficial. It just works with the more natural look of linen. And usually we know linen wrinkles pretty badly, so not that bad. Yeah, you can kind of still see it. It's not ideal, but for a linen t-shirt, it actually works out pretty well. So that's a very out there option. I think this is the most out there option that we have in terms of fabric today while looking at these 12 t-shirts. Almost halfway through, but stick with me because I went into stores and tried all of these shirts on for you so you don't have to. All you have to do is watch this video. Seventh t-shirt is from Topman, but not from the Topman brand. It's actually from one of the brands that they stock. That's a European brand called Selected Homme. And ironically, it says on the back of this t-shirt, the perfect tee. You know what? in my opinion, like I'm giving away a little bit of like the rest of the video. In my opinion, this really could be when it comes to straight up versatility. It's a 100% cotton t-shirt priced at $35. We're getting into like a steeper price range, but this is where you really want to look out for quality so you can justify spending that much money on a t-shirt. It needs to hold up over a while and it needs to feel great, and this feels great. The fit is phenomenal. The shoulders are hitting for me exactly where they're supposed to. We once again have the nice and slim arms and a nice slim fit throughout the body. The fabric is just a tiny bit see-through, but it feels amazing. It's just it's not a clinical white, it's just a tiny bit off, but it feels phenomenal. And this is, I think, to me, the most versatile t-shirt that I've had on so far. I probably also will have on. It is very close to the Uniqlo t-shirt, the very first one, and that's a $30 price difference. So depending on your budget, I'd say you could probably go for this because there's not a big difference, but I really like the small, tiny little differences in this one for me personally. Last thing, wrinkle test. At this point, I don't even know anymore. I feel like I've looked at so many wrinkles. What do you guys think? I feel like it looks all right. I can still see it a little bit. Just like imagining if I was sitting in a car and driving for a little bit. It's not that bad. Obviously what I'm doing with my hands is also pretty extreme, but I feel like I'm a little biased now because I like the shirt, so I'm trying to say it's not wrinkling that bad. Now we're moving into the $45 price range and we're inside of COS stores. At that price point, you're gonna want to see something that's special about the t-shirt that justifies that extra money going towards a simple basic t-shirt. In this case, it's a cotton t-shirt, 100%, so the fabric is not what makes it special. But COS, it's focused on basics, but then it's taken a little bit more of a contemporary spin on them. So in this case, we have heat bonded sleeves and a heat bonded hem, which take away the seam. That's one thing that you're gonna notice, but also because it's double layered, you see like a little white blocking around here and around here, which is a cool little feature if that's something you're into. Another thing it allows for is rolling the sleeves up really nice and neat, because there's a certain structure to that heat bonding that allows for that to look really clean. The fit is a little bit more boxy, again in line with that contemporary vibe that COS stores has going on. I personally don't think it's gonna be one of my favorites just because $45 is pretty steep and the versatility with this is a little bit limited in my opinion. The feel is interesting, like the cotton feels a little bit more dry than the other ones, which is not necessarily a great thing. And last thing. Ooh. Yeah, no. I feel like that's worse than some of what we've seen, isn't it? Maybe it's just because the rest of the fabric looks super clean, so when it is steamed or ironed, it looks great, but the wrinkling I'm not personally super convinced about, just because it stands out against the other cleaner parts of the t-shirt. But I have one more from COS that I want to show you guys right now. And this is it. It's also $45 and it's also 100% cotton, but with this one you can probably easily detect that it's all about the fit. So looking for the perfect white tee, this one is for you if you're into a larger silhouette, if you like oversized things, and if you like a little bit more of a non-classical silhouette. A modern silhouette. That sounds way better than non-classical. We got really nice and roomy sleeves and obviously a roomy body as well. The length is not as long as I thought it may be for something that's literally denoted as oversized, or I think it's called the long t-shirt on the COS website. But the quality of the cotton feels great. It's heavier than the first one that I showed you guys and very similar to the Uniqlo Supima cotton t-shirt. And last thing with this one, ooh. Yeah, similar judgment as with the last one. I think the rest of the shirt looks so clean when it's properly ironed that this will kind of stand out. Once again, a little summary. For me, it might not be my everyday t-shirt, but for you it might be if your style is a little bit more relaxed. 3 more to go, and the next 2 are gonna be from All Saints, both of them priced at $60. This shirt is surprisingly similar to the shirt that we just saw from COS. The color of the white is a little bit more natural, which I, once again, think makes it a little bit more wearable. The silhouette is a little bit less extreme as the COS one. I think this is easier to pull off than the one I was wearing just before. Is it worth $15 more? I don't necessarily think so. If it's right up your alley and great for you, then that's awesome, but I wanted to include it because I do like it. I do like the roominess of it. I do mess with the fit, like I think it's fun. When you have a little bit more fabric, you can also have more fun with the styling, and I'm about to release a video coming up really soon styling a white t-shirt. We're gonna focus on a simple one, But if you guys need some outfit ideas for white t-shirts, I got you covered. It's coming up really soon. After you find your perfect one, I'll teach you how to style it as well. But again, back to this t-shirt, I like it. It's also not the one I would go for if I'm going for versatility for my personal style. Before we say goodbye to this one, fares pretty well on the wrinkle test. The fabric does feel nice against the skin. It's a little dry, but comfortably, so it's fine by me. Let's take a look at the other All Saints t-shirt. And this one to me is a lot more classic All Saints. It's slimmer, a little bit elongated, nice and slim sleeves. We got a slim neckline. And I've seen a lot of people with the All Saints t-shirt with the logo on it. I like that they also have a clean version. I don't like any logos on my t-shirts personally. It's just a preference. But the fabric is super soft, it feels great. It's a little bit more see-through, which also goes back to that All Saints aesthetic of being a little bit more rugged and rock and roll. I think like it just works great under a suede trucker jacket or a suede biker jacket. I think it'd be, or a biker jacket can also be leather. This is also priced at $60, and like I said, $60, we're like in a price range that for a white t-shirt and really needs to be worth it. If it's your style and you are a little bit more rugged and you can't swing it because you love the All Saints brand, then that's great. Otherwise, I think we have a couple options in here that I might opt for before I spend $60 on an All Saints shirt. Finishing up with a big note on comfort, that's what you're paying $69.95 for with this Tommy Bahama t-shirt. I walked into that store because I had a Tommy Bahama t-shirt in my closet that I loved and I was trying to find if it's still available. But I found this instead, and this is the only t-shirt I would actually prefer to have a size small in because it's just too roomy. I decided to include it anyway because you have no idea how good I feel right now in this t-shirt. It's ridiculously light, it has a cooling technology in it. It's a mix of 42% Pima cotton, 25% modal, 25% poly, and then 5% spandex. Spandex just means it does this. And it feels amazing. Now the size medium can definitely work for some more grungy or streetwear looks because it's definitely oversized and like you can tuck it in a little bit, but I would, for this t-shirt, go for a size small. That's really where you guys have the choice to make whether you want to spend $70 on a t-shirt because it's amazingly comfortable and it might keep you cool also. Again, I bought this yesterday. I don't know how cooling technology works in a t-shirt that they applied to the fabric, but I'm excited to put it to a test. And even for a beachy t-shirt, like it's almost like an activewear t-shirt a little bit. In terms of the styling, the shoulder seam is just dropped about an inch forward, so you see it a little bit more prominently, also adding to that more activewear aesthetic. And then we have these little finishes on the side of the seam, which I honestly could do without, not gonna lie to you, but I wanted to show you guys this because it feels amazing. So quick wrinkle test with this. Yeah, and that's what I figured. With this fabric, you can almost not even see that I just wrinkled it, which is amazing. So this is definitely about comfort, a great t-shirt to be traveling in, a great t-shirt to just be hanging out in if you're, you know, worried about feeling phenomenal. And that's it. Man, that was a mouthful. Just talking about white t-shirts for I don't know how long this video is by now, but I hope you appreciate the effort that I put in for you guys. I went to all those stores and tried all those shirts on so you don't have to, and I hope you found whatever is perfect for you. Like I said, all the links are down below for you guys to shop. Let me know in the comment section which ones you did like the most. You know, what you're looking for in a white t-shirt. I would actually like to know because, like I said, I have my two favorites. Yeah, but I want to get a conversation started. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you very soon with the next video. Until then, stay dapper. Bye.